tour we stayed in, and the professors. Now, again, coming from this little town in Franklin, I don't know what kind of degrees my teachers had, probably bachelor's. But here I am in this class with these black professors. And their English, the language is just so, it was overwhelming. And it was just beautiful listening to them, learning from them. And let's see, those 2 years at Howard were the best years of all of the colleges and so on I've gone to. Those 2 years uh, were the best.
All right. So now let's leave the pretty brown girls for a moment and go to these other colleges. So from Howard, you went where?
Well, okay. So I was ready to leave Howard, and okay, because it was sort of a tradition. Each of us, Leon, James, Lillian, and now me, we spent 2 years at Howard and then moved on. Well, Leon and James were at New York University, and they wanted me to come there. Lillian was at Ohio State, and she was more persuasive. And so I went to Ohio State. That's how I got to Ohio State. And then the 2 years I was there, oh, yeah, I got, let's see. Yeah, I started working on my master's, and I got
You
it.
finished your bachelor's at Ohio State, correct?
Right. Yeah, I finished my bachelor's at Ohio State in 1948, and that's when your father died. And so I went to Cleveland, and no, I didn't go to Cleveland. I went to New York because James had followed Leon there, and they were at New York University, and so I went to New York. I spent a year with James living in the Bronx. And one day I got a letter from James, and he was at Prairie View A&M in Texas. And he said, how would you like to come to teach at Prairie View? Now I'm 23 at this point. How would you like to come and teach at Prairie View? Your job is yours if you want it. And I said, well, I've paid my fees at Ohio State. If I can get my money back, I'll come. Well, fortunately, I got my money back, and so that's how I ended up going to Prairie View to teach.
All right, so you already had your bachelor's.
No, I had a bachelor's degree.
That's what I'm saying. You already had your bachelor's.
Right,
All right. So now you went to Prairie View as a professor
right,
at 23.
right.
Okay. And you were there how long?
1 year,
1 year. And then you went where?
California.
Okay.
And that's when James and Giles, he was a friend from Philadelphia, James and Giles and I, we were going to get in the movies. So we went there, and we had a car. We'd had enough money. Now at Prairie View, we were only making about $400 a month. But the three of us, we saved enough money. We bought this Buick Dynaflow, and they called it the Green Hornet. And so we had it there on campus, and then we left Prairie View and drove across Mexico from Monterey all the way out to El Paso. So we drove through Mexico. Took us a couple of weeks, and that was wonderful. And then we got to California, found a place to live, and I don't know how it happened, but we met, I've forgotten his name, but they lived somewhere fancy there in not Beverly Hills, but somewhere there, and they had a swimming pool and everything, and and the movie stars and so on would come and hang out. So we were there, and then I said we didn't have any money, so we got a job. The first job we got was passing out bills, and these were bills, and you fill up the front part, fill up the back part, and then you go from house to house delivering these bills. So we had that job for a while, and then I don't know what happened with Giles and James. They stopped, and I got a job driving this truck. What do you call it? A food truck. They delivered a catering truck, and they catered at the what's the stadium?
Dodger Stadium?
No, that's long before the Dodgers. The bowl.
Coliseum or something?
No,
Rose Bowl.
Rose Bowl.
Oh, Rose Bowl, okay.
Was that? No, what was the big stadium? Wasn't that the Rose Bowl?
I think it was called the Coliseum in those days or something.
Well, anyway, so I delivered the food, and then when they were closing, I would take the leftover food and race back to the shop and drop it off, and then go to the house. Well, I would diverge, speed and diverge, so I could drop some food off for James and Giles. And then one day, I came home and they said, "Oh, guess who we met at the swimming pool? Oh, blah, blah, blah. We were doing this and we were doing that." I said, "Okay, no more food from me. You're having this good time. I'm out there working, so I'm not going to drop off any more food for you." And then Giles disappeared, and we just knew he had gone to San Francisco to get a job, and he was going to come back and tell us to come to San Francisco. He came back. So about 4 days later, he came in. Where had he been? He'd been in jail. They picked him up for vagrancy because he didn't have any money. But then I got a job as a chauffeur for this lady who lived in Beverly Hills. And I would pick her up. She lived over there. And I've forgotten this nice car. And the lawyer said that she's going to come out, and she was a heavy lady, big. So she's going to come out, and she comes out the door. You open the door for her, walk around open the car door, and when she gets in, close the door, and then just get in and drive down. Say, Wilshire Boulevard? Yeah, just head down Wilshire Boulevard. And she won't say anything. So I'm driving, I'm in the middle here. "All right, go over here." I said, I can't go over across that traffic. I said, "Go over there." So I somehow maneuver, and then they had these restaurants then where you could, drive up and they'd serve you there, or inside. So I'd drive up, open the door for her, she'd get out, she'd go in, and then the waitress would come and say, "What is he going to do?" "He's not going to eat." So I sat there and waited for her, and then I was doing this one time. As you know, there in California, what are the markings? Green, red. Someplace you can't even stop to let people out, in or out.
Walkways, yes.
And so she said, "Stop right here." So I said, "But I said, stop here." So she got out, and the policeman came running. And before he could say anything, I said, "I know you're going to give me a ticket. I know you're going to give me a ticket, but what am I going to do? Because if I don't stop you, she's going to fire me. Now I'm going to get fired, I'm going to get a ticket." He said, "Oh, let me see if I can give her a ticket." He went and he called, and he came back and said, "I can't give her a ticket, but you just leave, get out of here." So I drove around and came back to pick her up. But then we just drive down along the ocean there and for about an hour, and I'd come back, take her home, drop her off, polish the car, go back home. So
Okay,
that,
now all this was during summer vacation, away from your being a professor?
no, we left Prairie View.
You quit.
We quit.
You quit to be a movie star.
We were only there for 1 year and we quit, yes. We're going out to Hollywood. We're going to make it.
Okay. So you're starving. You've left being a prestigious professor and you're starving.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And going to the cafeteria, we passed a girls' dormitory. And the girls would lean out the window. Oh, I like that Kennedy 1. Oh, no, I like Kennedy 2. So we passed every day. That went on. But no, that was a great experience teaching there. And, it was Professor Evans. And, I mean, he was the president.
All right, so how did you bail out of California? What's your next stop?
Well, after a while, we said, well, we'll give up the search for the Holy Grail of Hollywood. And so we went back, and James went to teach at another college, black college.